Check, check, check. Check 1, 2, buckle my shoe. Check 3, 4, shut the door. What? Let's go to Super Mario All-Stars. Well, let's play some Mario. Kill the buzz. Where's that coming from? I'll give that a try. Check, check, chickadee check. That's better. There we go. All right, cool. All right, howdy, funky friends. Just taking it easy because it's been a stressful week. And if you want to just talk, hang out, I'm here. I'd like to just say hello to everybody, see how you're all doing. I know it's been kind of a stressful week with election news and all that. So, you know, just come hang out, come talk. Goodwin is working tonight, so it's just me. But that's okay. We'll still have a good time. And I'm just going to share this in the Discord real quick. How are you guys holding up this week? If you're watching this in real time as it's happening right now, which would be the present, how are you doing? How's your week going? How are you feeling? How is the weather where you are? It was cool here in Orlando for like 2 days. It was absolutely beautiful, and now it's creeping back up again. It's bumming me out. So. Not that that's apropos of anything. Just figured that was worth mentioning. Let's post this in Discord. If my phone will let me. It's doing that thing that it likes to do where it gets twitchy at 23% battery. Boom. Boom. Some Mario 2. Come hang out. And I'll throw the link in there. Beautiful. Looks like we got chat. Shirley will choose Luigi. Hope you're all doing well. We're hanging in there. How are you, Allison? Saw your latest video. It's good stuff. I also saw that breakdown you did of that one song. That was really cool. And you know what, Allison? Since you said Luigi, let's start with Luigi. Woohoo! I've not played Mario 2 in a hot minute, so I might be a little rusty, but that's okay. I'm not sure if Goodwin and I have talked about. I want to say we talked about this during our Mario 3 playthrough, but we both tend to prefer playing as Princess Peach in Mario 2, which, I mean, Luigi's pretty good too, just because his jump is very handy, but I love playing as Princess Peach just because, you know, she's got the hover jump. That's so useful, and it's so quirky. 1, 2, 3. Gonna need those for extra lives. It's funny, for a game that was not a main... I mean, I guess it became a mainline Mario game, but it started out as, like, Doki Doki Panic in Japan. I've noticed that a lot of the enemies that first appeared in this game definitely stuck around. Like, I don't think the Shy Guys existed before this game, and they've become a staple of the Mario franchise. Birdo, too. Birdo shows up in this game. That's where she's from. And I am, of course, playing the fun Super Nintendo version from Super Mario All-Stars because the graphics are nicer. I actually did not have this game. We did not have this game in the house when I was a kid. So my first experience with it, and I think this is true of Goodwin as well, was playing Super Mario Advance 1, which was Super Mario 2. For whatever reason, they chose to lead off with this one. Which is fine. It's a good game. I like this game. Oh, I don't have to do all this crap with the doors. I can just... Okay. This is... You know what? Allison, this is a good choice with Luigi, because here's what I'm going to do. Okay, maybe not. Let me just... Woohoo! Oh, there we go. Just skip it. Just skip the part with the... Oh, but I might... I think I want to go over by the vine for this one. So I'll just chuck this here. And it won't let me... I've died. I've died on level 1. I'm such an amateur. Let's try it again. Oh, Alex is here. Dude, Alex, how are you doing, man? Oh, thank you. I tried my best anyway, doing pretty well. So darn floaty. Peach has the long jump with more control. Yeah, I tend to be more of a Peach player than a... But I can hang with Luigi. Yeah, Alex, I was just hanging out. Goodwin is working tonight. Because we're all just doing what we have to do to get by, don't you know? Oh, I still have my 3 hearts. But I can get some more coins. Yeah, that's what we like. So this probably won't be a super long stream, but I'm just going to try and play some Super Mario 2 for a bit and just talk. Because I know it's election... Well, let's be honest, we never thought it was going to be election night. It's like election week at this point. And I'm sure everybody is just stressed out. So I figured... You know, even though I am one of those people who is a bit stressed out, I figured I would just come on and do just a brief stream, just to hang out, say hello to everybody, check in. It's important to check in on everybody. I hate to sound corny or like a content creator with a capital C, but you know what we do involves a community, and we do care about you guys very much. And I like to think that you guys are a really great community, and you're like the best people we know. And on good days, I like to think that we are a reflection of you, or rather, you are a reflection of us, which is very encouraging. But I also, having said that, it stands to reason that if we are feeling a little stressed out, you probably are too. So just for everybody to collectively kind of maybe stress out a little bit together in the hopes of feeling a little better, I figured I'd just do this. And by this, I mean fighting a dinosaur with, like, a fashion accessory from Claire's. I'm also just going to stunt on him in a minute. Oh. This is the thing. This is the thing. Luigi's really great for this first level, because you can get through it a little bit faster, because you can skip that sort of cave section. But I generally play as, like, Mario or Peach. So I'm not quite used to Luigi's floaty jump, but I am nevertheless going to stunt on Birdo for a minute. Here we go. Woohoo! Yeehaw! Let's see if I can win anything. Yeah, I also noticed that the physics of this game stuck around too. Like Luigi before... Yay! Before the advent of Super Mario 2 was just a color swapped, like a palette swap version of Mario. Whereas Mario 2 established the, you know, him having a higher jump as being canon, which is pretty cool. I've been avoiding all news as nothing can be definitive now. Anyway. Yeah, it's a nice fun chill stream time. On election night, downtown DC was closed off. Fun traffic. Oh, dude, that's right. You're just outside of DC. God, that must have been rough. Yeah, I would imagine I'd imagine DC would be like the worst place to be. Whoop. Let me just... Yeah, floaty jump. Love that floaty jump. Oh, that's right. They can hurt me. I'll just fly underneath. So, especially with the Super Nintendo graphics, so lush and green in the background. It really does feel like a dream, which is, I think, what this game is supposed to be. It's like Mario having a dream. Take this mushroom, though. Woohoo! And I want to say we're getting close to the point where I can warp out of here. I gotta do this first, though. Because I used to be able to get through this game in a matter of, like, an hour. Because there are different shortcuts you can take in this game. Much like in Mario 1, you just go down the right pipe. Although there isn't a dedicated warp zone in this game, it's more just stumbling onto the right pipe at the right time and takes you through. I believe the first one takes you to World 4 or something like that, so if I can make that happen, that'd be great. Woohoo! And I want to say there's a potion up here. Yes, there is. Bully. Death for me. Bum, 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 bum. So yeah, as long as we're getting political here, ideal presidential candidate. Tell me who it is, and tell me why it's Chester Cheeto. Because he is the man. There we go. It's probably gonna be on the other side of the wall. Yep. Oh, I soiled it. Well, at least I can still get some coins. When you're playing straight through, it does really hammer home just how important it is to get some coins so you can get some extra lives. Because I am definitely going to shed some lives in trying to find these secret exits. I'm quite sure of that. Come on. Lots of turnips. Also, I'm not sure what bearing it has on anything, and I don't know that anyone cares to hear this. But because it is pie-related, I will say, I told myself, I made this little bargain with myself in my head, that if election night stretched up to over 3 days, I was going to go on Amazon and just buy myself some new background lights for streaming. So, I mean, we're streaming tomorrow night. Goodwin and I are doing a music stream on Facebook tomorrow night. We took a break last week, but we'll be back at it. But there's a good chance that by this time next week, I will have some fancy new streaming lights. I mean, nothing crazy. I'm just considering getting, like, some floodlights, colored floodlights, to throw up on the wall behind me and Goodwin when we stream. Because I think that'd be nice. Alex says, aren't wrong. Yeah, man, it ain't easy being cheesy, but I think he's really got the pull in the Iowa caucuses for 2024. Free bags of Cheetos every day for a year if he's president. Yay! Now, okay, and I not to get into the weeds here, but hot take, I think Flamin' Hot Cheetos are superior to standard Cheetos. How do you feel about that in the chat? What are our thoughts on Cheetos versus Flamin' Hot Cheetos, people? Are you a regular Cheetos kind of person or a Flamin' Hot Cheetos kind of person? No wrong answers. Open to many opinions. Yep. How does Markiplier do this? How do you do a solo Let's Play? I've often thought about this. So, like, most of the time, Goodwin and I are able to just do these together. But every now and then, like, he'll be working. Okay. So I don't really know how to fill all that air. I don't. Oh, wait. Was this the one where I was supposed to use it on the... I believe this may be the first shortcut. If it's... Well, we can find out anyway. I I need better lighting for when I stream. I need them tips. Oh man, check out the Alpha Gaming YouTube channel. I got a lot of info from that channel. I mean, it depends on what your stream setup is. It also dawns on me too that like when I say our stream setup, it's all relative because like yeah, we're streaming, but we're not streaming in the same way that let's say a YouTube streamer would stream. But I don't think it's unreasonable to try and crib some of those ideas. Like obviously also, have you guys ever noticed that with all the YouTube and Twitch streamers, everybody has a purple background? And not that I hate the color purple, like far from it, but I feel like everybody's rocking the same Twitch color scheme setup in terms of lighting. All right, you ready for something? Check this out. Oh, wavy time. Woohoo! We're getting through. We're getting through real fast, people. I believe this is Ice World. Yay! Sweet. Yeah, so like some people use the nano leaf thing, which is like a wall attachment, like and that's cool. And I've seen the LED strip lights used too. Like there are definitely some fun lighting setups out there. For me and Goodwin, it's less about having something super showy because like we're the main attraction. The whole point is that you're supposed to be listening to us playing shit. Us playing music is supposed to be the sort of key driver there. So you don't want to distract too much from that. But I do think it'd be fun to have, like I said earlier, I was looking at floodlights just to shoot them up the walls behind us or something, just for like a color splash or a mix of colors. Because that's what most people will do. They'll have like red on one side and blue on the other side, which thematically works really well for me and Goodwin because those are sort of our colors. I want to say I want to throw this over here, but I could be wrong about that. Let's try this. Yay! Extra health, which comes in handy in these levels because you get hit a lot. Speaking of getting hit a lot. There we go. So yeah. I'm a big fan of floodlights. You can light your face, and a lot of it just comes down to 3-point lighting too. And I had talked with our photographer Kelvin about this. A lot of it is just making sure you've got if you're streaming as one person, for example, you want one light. You've got your sort of key light, which is your main light on your subject yourself. Then you want your fill light to fill out the shadows. And then if you can, you want like I think they call it a hair light or a halo light sometimes, just for behind yourself. It's not completely necessary. It does give a little bit more production value. And for someone like me, like if I someday I will get some more clamp lights so that I can just have a hair light because I feel like I look better with it than without. So does Goodwin. We have kind of bushy hair. Neither of us have like pin straight hair, so it's sort of hard to light our hair just with the key and fill lights in and of themselves. God, it's hard to explain lighting and play Mario at the same time, especially in a level that is kind of difficult to begin with. Woohoo! Mm-hmm. But yeah, once you got that down, everything else is just style. So as long as one subject is, well, if you're just playing as yourself or by yourself, you want 2 lights on you. Ideally 3, but 2 would work just fine. 3 just gives you a little more production value. Whereas with me and Goodwin, we sort of have to split the difference because there are 2 of us, and we have to get both of us in the shot, so it's a little bit trickier. At least running the clamp lights that we have. We have a full-on lighting kit, but I loaned it to our Kelvin, again, our camera guy, the guy who shot the super sexy calendar. So we don't have those giant like lighting baffles that we were using for the calendar shoot. It's like professional lighting setup. I think Toad is actually the best one for this one. But you can make do with like clamp lights from Ace Hardware. Like they cost like $5 a pop. Just buy a $5 light bulb to put in each one. 2 of those and you'll be set to go. Like that's a perfectly decent basic stream setup. All right, I'm declaring shenanigans on that one. Alex, do you stream to Twitch or YouTube? I believe those are the only two platforms left after, Mixer went hilariously and pretty predictably went under. Also, speaking of streaming, I'm not sure if I've said this on stream before, but we actually do now have an official Raspberry Plays YouTube channel that's like, I think we're just going to put our Let's Plays up on that channel and maybe do streams on it too. So more details on that later, because I want to do like a big stream to kick that off and promote it. But just know that that's coming down the pipe. What? Okay, one more. I'm going to get a little cheap with it tonight, just because I would really like to make it to the end of this game before the night is through. And I'm sure you would all enjoy that, because it's a little more entertaining. Alex's Twitch. How's Twitch streaming? I mean, I know it's a pretty limited, like, on... What the fuck? I jumped. So stupid. My understanding is the Twitch audience is... I mean, they're dedicated because they're just there for streaming, but it's also a lot harder to break into just because you're competing with thousands of other streamers. So we never really got into the Twitch scene. That wasn't our bag, really. I realize that's a question that no one asked, but just in case anyone was wondering, that's why we're not on Twitch. Eek. Oh, what I wouldn't do for a mushroom, though. Actually, speaking of video games, we've got a... I'm just gonna go back and do this. We got a new cover song coming up. That fucking... God, I really should have been Peach for this. I forgot how hard this is. We got a new cover coming sometime, I think next week. We finally managed to shoot the video. And it is Animal Crossing related. So, mild spoiler for you there. Oh, I know what this is. Okay, I know what I have to do. I know the game. And it's kind of a difficult one. I am but player on D&D Twitch, but I wanted to get better lighting so I can pop. Oh yeah, and that's Allison, that's useful for you too, because you're making videos all the time. Yeah, if you can just get two really solid clamp lights going with fluorescent bulbs, don't go daylight bulbs. You can't temperature control them as much in post. Just get that moving, and that's good lighting is like 90% of the battle. Now, something else you may or may not be aware of, and I thought this was fascinating because it applies to us certainly because we're music streaming, but it's actually true of just game streaming too. Sound apparently is more important than visual. What the hover jump? I told you to. This controller's broken. My dad works at Nintendo. Sound on a stream is actually more important than the visual aspect most of the time. So if you have a great looking stream, but the audio is garbage, people are going to tune out. So it's more important that you get a good audio setup going. Now, it doesn't have to be like highfalutin or anything. You just want to make sure you have a board that can plug into your computer. Oh, wavy time number 2. I think we're going to Nightland this time. I think World 6 is the Night World. I'm going to play as Peach again. Oh, yeah, it's like Desert World, too. I'm just going to read some comments here. AC has some legit tunes. They're so good. Oh, yeah, my setup is hot garbage right now. I was going to say, your audio setup is... I mean, I've not really... I don't know. I've never looked at it with a critical eye. I'm just always happy to see a video. But I don't know. From the audio standpoint, I would say, Allison, your videos actually sound pretty good. Especially considering you're just using a Zoom recorder. That's really impressive, actually, that it sounds as good as it does, and I can really make out every trombone part. Like, that's really impressive. Good and I were actually talking about that the other day. It's, like, remarkable how good it is with something as simple as a Zoom mic. But yeah, for streaming especially, like, in an ideal world, you want to get a board with, like, a USB output on it, which they're very easy to find, and you can get one, I think, for less than $100. Or you can get a USB microphone. Although I actually happen to prefer a dedicated board with a USB output. Because you never know what else you might want to add. Like if you want to play pre-stream music or something like that, it's handy to have the extra gear. You never know. I'm certainly grateful for the USB board that we have, which, like, if we didn't have it, we basically couldn't be doing half the streaming we're doing now, because especially for I shouldn't have jumped. Especially for, electric streams where it's me and Goodwin with bass and drums and keys, and we're doing the full thing, or as full as we can do it via streaming, we wouldn't have enough inputs for that if we were just running off, like, a USB board. Or if we were running off a USB mic. It's not as good. Or not as versatile. But if you're just starting out, like, a perfectly decent USB mic is fine. Blue makes stuff for under $100. Like, the Yeti and the Snowball are both pretty well rated. I don't know when this became a stream gear talk, but here we are. Oh, there we go. Boy, I needed that. And I could use a mushroom. Bupkis. Yeek. Oh, I can't believe I didn't get hit by that fire. 2, 3, 4. Nothing. Oh, that's probably where it wanted me to put it. I remember less about these later levels. Oh, and this is the one where I have to go through all the pipes. It's going to be difficult. Screw you. And... It's like, what the hell? It just automatically kills me. That's bullshit. Let's see. A board and an independent mic. Yeah. What board? What's a board in this case? It's a, thank you. That mic is really good for what it is. Finally got a sweet spot for recording, I think, and then GarageBand kind of fixes other stuff. Inputs. And again, too, the most important part is that you're just putting out, I wish we were better about this. I mean, we're not really YouTubers as much as we are just a band that can post on YouTube occasionally. Like, I wouldn't consider it a main platform for us. We're more, when it comes to promoting our music, we're more into Facebook. It tends to do more for us in terms of getting us to new funky friends. But really, the most important thing if you're on YouTube is just to post consistently. And, man, Allison, you got that in spades. Like, we posted more in the last 3 weeks than we have in, like, the last 3 months. So you're doing just fine. Oh, I'm so stupid. And Alex, coming back to your question about boards, it's a mixing board, so it's a board through which you can send audio, and you can, like, plug mics in and do all that stuff. It's just that's basically what you're looking for. So if you look up mixing boards, you'll get a whiff of what you need. Okay, where do I need to go? Because I feel like I need to get a key or something. Also, fun fact for you, Allison, if you're worried about, like, acoustic treatment or whatever for your room, the best thing you can do, and I've listened to a couple podcasts about this, you don't even need full-on legit, like, soundproofing foam. You can use egg cartons, provided they're made of paper or cardboard. Those will absorb sound pretty well. And it's also just about figuring out which spots in your room absorb sound and, like, all right, like, what the hell? Absorb sound and also bounce it around, because you're going to get certain spots in your room that have harsher frequencies than others. But it also depends on how close you're close micing your trombone pretty well, so you're not getting a ton of room sound anyway. At least from what I can tell, the tone is pretty warm and easy to listen to. But that's just my take. Okay, that's not going to have it. Okay, so this is the hard part. I always forget about this in this level. I forget where this key is, but so we just... No, go back down. We basically just have to hustle along and try to figure out which pipe has the key in it. And I always forget which one it is. And it always costs me a ton of time and some health, which is not great. But we're going to see if we can make it happen. Right, I do have some carpet and some heavy-ish curtains. Yeah, curtains, too, will help. Sometimes the best place you can record, if you have, like, a small walk-in closet, it's perfect. Like, even just having some curtains or hanging up some clothes nearby, like, you'll be amazed at what it can do for the sound of your performance. Sometimes at no cost. Like, if you're really going on the cheap, just, yeah, get some hangers and put them, put some heavy coats or some jackets or something, or just shirts or whatever you've got on the hangers in your recording room, and it'll deaden the sound without making it sound lifeless, which is really what you're going for. Where the hell is this key? This is driving me nuts. You fucking go too. No. Ugh, come on. %, stereo. Ooh, yeah, that's a little bit tougher. You might run into phase issues. But again, like I said, I've yet to hear a video that you've made where the sound is off. I mean, I think I've seen every last one of them, but I feel like I've watched most of them as they've come out. Okay, see, this is the problem, because he's waiting right there for me, so I'm just gonna... And wait, but it's not that pipe, so why am I doing that? What the hell? Where the hell is it? It's not this one. Sorry, I'm sure this is what everybody came to this stream to watch tonight. Well, shoot, I am in my living room. You could still make that work. That's not impossible. It also depends on where you are in the room, too. Like, if you've got a rug or something, that'll help. If you're further from the walls, you'll probably do better in terms of reflections. Basically, it's a matter of reducing mic reflections, which is to say the amount of times that your audio coming from your mouth bounces off, your floors or your table. Like, flat, hard surfaces are... Oh, the faces are here. That means... Oh, that's the key. Oh, my God. We finally found it. Billy. Let me just run right the hell up out of here. Whatever, I got the key. Took me a while, but I got it. Oh, and I gotta fight Birdo. Okay, come on. And she's only fireball this time, so gonna have to... That doesn't help me much now, does it? Whoop. Damn it. Eh. I have a lot to learn with the mixing thing. It's also too with mixing, it's all just whatever works. It's basically, if something works, just go with it. It doesn't have to be I often find the more you think about mixing past a certain point, the worse it gets. Like, if it sounds good, don't worry about whether or not someone said you should or shouldn't do, oh, well, you should always cut a high-pass filter on this frequency. It's like, well, that's true until it's not. So just do whatever feels right and trust your ears. And especially if you're playing something like trombone, trust your ears for the instrument that you have. Because, especially in terms of tone, you're going to know what sounds right. And only you know the tone of your playing, truly. Yay, I really needed those extra lives. Let's stick with Toad. That was kind of working. So, be open to suggestion, read some forums, try to get some information. But also, to trust yourself. Oh, this one. Oh, I should have picked Peach. This is going to be hard. Actually, I'm going to move my mic real quick. There we go. Now I can see more of the screen. Still probably going to die, though. Jump, you little bastard. Huh? Oh, boy. That's... Yeah, we needed that. Just gonna stunt on him a little bit. No, why did I do that? Why did I try to jump on them? That's so stupid. Let's hang out on this bird. Go back to the original bird. Bird up. Woohoo! He's doing a little dance. Man, I love the look of the background. I know it's dated, but just like the gradient of the... Yeah, whatever. Of the Super Nintendo era, where it was... Well, now I can switch to Peach. Where, like, you get purple by mixing black and blue to varying degrees, and it just sort of works out to its own thing. Like the bit... no! Oh, phew. Jesus Christ. Back to my fun little dance. Dancing Peach. I like how her knees just completely disappear when she does this. Oh, time to jump. Come on, baby. Woohoo! Ah, that... God. That's the whole level, though, so that's... Once you get through that, you're good. You're golden. Just have to kill Birdo. Can I do it, though? 2, 3. And then we'll just grab this. 1, 2, 3. Yaw! Jump. And I think I had a coin, so I can play for an extra life. Woohoo! I'm actually having really good luck with extra lives tonight. Let me check the chat real quick. Okay, here we go. I'm head to bed and think about all that streaming gear. Yeah, it's a lot to think about. Also, good night, Alex. Thanks for joining us. I've never seen this level, by the way. Have you played? Actually, I never dawned on me to ask. Allison, have you played through Mario 2, like all the way to the end, or have you just played some of it? How far have you gotten? Okay, now if I remember correctly, I feel like I'm about to waste this thing, but whatever. Yeah, I just wasted it. But, fun fact, you can skip a lot of this level if you just head this way. Woohoo! Boom. And there you go. Takes you to this little cloud layer. Neat. And right to the end of the level, which... Is this one like a... Oh, no, it's just a Birdo fight. Okay. No! I didn't need that to happen. Since we're there, let's try Toad. Because he's quick on the uptake. Oh gosh, not far at all. I still have it on my NES. I was about 5 when I played it, I think. Yeah, like I said, we never actually owned a I mean, I was technically not even born when the original NES came out. But I remember my cousins and my brother Tim had Nintendo systems. But we did not have this one. We had Mario 1 and we had Mario 3. We did not have Mario 2, but I remember my cousins had it, and it always fascinated me just because it was so weird. And it wasn't like the other two Mario games. Two. Sorry. Oh, God, did I just screw myself on this? Oh, no. Okay, we're good. 1. Hey, we did it. Thought I couldn't get up there for a minute. As a Kingdom Hearts kid. Yeah, that's fair. The big ones for me, and I'm sure Goodwin and I have talked about these games like on the show before. Oh, that's right. Okay. Who fares well against this guy? Let's try Peach. Banjo-Kazooie was a big one for me. I still love that game. One of these days we'll play that as a Raspberry Pi as, like, episodic thing. Just because I love it so much. And it's so fun to play. And it's got such charm to it. Oh, come on, we're one away. I think, maybe. Also, did you play Kingdom Hearts 3? Because I heard it was kind of bogus. I mean, a lot of the games aside from 1 and 2 were pretty silly from what I heard. No, God, all right, I'm not accepting that one. What I wouldn't do for an extra mushroom right now. And that's not enough. I don't know if I know how to beat this guy. I mean, I know how. I just can't do it. Shit. Let's backtrack a bit. I did. Beautiful. Story is indeed stupid, though. Oh, love Donkey Kong 64. I have that for Nintendo 64, too. I still have that game. We could play that as a live stream thing, because that game takes forever to beat. It's. I read something recently that basically posited that was the game that killed the sort of collect-a-thon genre, like your Banjo-Kazooies and Mario 64s, just because it was so I don't want to say overdone, but when you consider that there were 100 bananas to collect for all 5 Kongs in every single level, and there were like 10 levels in the game, it's just a billion things to collect. I put 20 years into this franchise, so I will love it. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Lanky Kong was my favorite Kong, too, because he played trombone, and he was so weird. Wait, did I make it? Is this the end? I don't know. Oh, I feel like we're getting close to the last level, though. Because this feels very last level-ish to me. Let's see. Well, I fucked that up. What am I trying to do? Oh, I remember what I'm supposed to do. Yoink. Yeah, I always thought Lanky Kong was the coolest of the Kongs in that game. I also liked his play mechanics, too. You could use the orang sprint to make him, super fast. And he was a little bit faster when he was walking on his hands, just even when he was not doing the orang sprint. He was faster on his hands than he was on his legs, so I would always just run around in-game with Lanky walking on his hands. It actually was a partial inspiration for the Raspberry Pi song If I Were an Orangutan, which, if you've not heard it, it's pretty good. It's good and silly. It's a reggae song, and it's actually off of our first LP. It's off of People, Places, and Things. Which I forget. Allison, you got, one of the last Super Sexy calendars, did you not? We were running pretty low by the time we came around Tennessee, as I recall. I ask because we actually I just figured out how to work the pre-order link for the calendars. Oh, that's right, this whole thing. Getting down here is... Oh, no, wait. Okay, I think we got it. Whatever. I'm just gonna... Oh, I fucked it up. I'm just gonna go back. Just run through. Just power boost. No! No, you son of a bitch. Yeet. Love that song. I bought it. Make a monkey out of me. Oh, yeah, that's the one. Yeah, that's if I were an orangutan. It's predicated around Lanky Kong and also monkey puns. And I actually do love orangutans. They are my favorite of the great apes. I think they're the most beautiful. I don't mean that like a weird way. It's just like, you know, you see them in the wild and they, like, the mothers nurse their young for the longest out of any of the great apes. I think it's really sweet. And there's something very, I don't know, kind of human about it, which I think is just wonderful. I don't know. I've always liked them as a species. I think they're neat. And they're so unique, too. They're just kind of different from any of the other great apes. They're the most solitary, but I think they're the ones that are the most self-aware. Like, if you show an orangutan its reflection, it's not just that it recognizes its reflection, it recognizes that it's recognizing a reflection of itself, so it has, like, a higher level of self-awareness than the other great apes. So I've always just been fascinated by them. And again, it's just very cute to see, like, a mother orangutan with her young, because they hang onto their young for a lot longer than other primates. Yeah, well, I do not accept those results. They are definitely lovely. Used to see them at Cleveland Zoo all the time. I remember seeing them at the San Diego Zoo. They were really cool. She's spazzing out. 1, 2. Right, but give me the little mushroom block. 'Cause I can't kill you if I don't have... No! 2. No. 1, 2, 3. Mushroom block. Death for me. Oh, boy. I'll just save and continue. Reflectionception. Yeah, they're pretty cool. It's cool enough that I wanted to write a song about them. I don't care. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. Well, shit. Maybe I should be using Peach for this. I lost my train of thought. I was about to say something. Yeah, but I say this because I just figured out how to work the pre-order thing on Shopify. So, those super sexy calendars are those 2021 super sexy calendars are actually up for pre-order as we speak. They're on our Shopify page, which you can get to through our website. Which I've been redesigning it this whole week, which has been kind of nice. Just nice to have something to do amidst the absolute chaos that is the 2020 election. Stunning. And it's nice. I'm working it around the theme for the next EP, Lunch Rush, so it's got kind of a 70s look to it. And we're also just getting ready for Black Friday, too, which, man, hopefully everyone will be in a decent mood when Black Friday rolls around. Because it's going to be a real bummer to want to try and sell people on stuff on Black Friday. Not that that's, you know, we're just lucky to have people who want to buy our stuff to begin with and support what we do. But, I mean, Black Friday is also fun, too, because it gives us a chance to give savings to people. And, like, if you want a shirt for $10, you've been on the fence, you can get one for $10 instead of $15 or $20. So that's kind of fun to do. It's nice to give people those deals. It's less nice when everybody's depressed, us included. Speaking of new content, new videos, what video are you working on this week? I'd actually love to get a hint as to what you're going to cover next. Okay, come on. I can float jump over that. No, I can't. Maybe if I were Luigi, I could just jump over all that bullshit. This is driving me nuts. And those deals are appreciated. Still wear my shirt all the time. Yeah, that we like to think that if nothing, like, I don't know. We also try not to feel bad about. It's weird when you feel salesy about your stuff, especially as a musician, because, you know, it feels hokey. But at the very least, I like to think that we offer fun stuff. It's like, I like to think that people wear our band merch, not just yeah, you wear it to support the band and, because hopefully you like what we do. But I also think part of it should just be, that it's a nice shirt to wear. Like, I always try to make sure that we have comfortable merch and that it's functional outside of just showing support for the band. Because that's important, because otherwise you're not going to want to wear it. Like, I wouldn't want to, I've been disappointed by band t-shirts before where I love the band, but their t-shirt feels like sandpaper. It's such a sad feeling. It's such a bummer. Because you want to support these people and you want to evangelize for them. You want to tell your friends and go, yeah, not only is it a cool t-shirt, they're a great band. But if you don't wear the t-shirt regularly, it's, you're not, no one's ever going to find out about the thing that you love. And you can't necessarily be blamed for that. If your shirt is uncomfortable, you're not going to wear it. I wouldn't. And I wouldn't blame anybody. Great tune from a Disney show. Oh, okay. Interesting. We talking live-action Disney show? Oh, it's another green birdo. Wait, this is the one I was fighting before. Oh, and she was hard last time because I still had one heart. Why do I do this to myself? Damn it. Duck. Ducking doesn't work either? What the hell? How am I supposed to beat her? Oh, this is a chore shit. Oh, the love seat is awesome. Yeah, those are our first ever t-shirts, actually. Those are the first Raspberry Pi shirts ever to exist. And I think I did the numbers on this like a couple months back. I think we've sold in excess of 200 of those over the last 4 years. So people seem to like them, which is good. Like, it's, you need to sell shirts and you need to sell albums and just in order to make new music, which incidentally... it's in the late 80s, I think. Recently rebooted, though. Are we talking DuckTales here? Because DuckTales has a dope theme, which I've been meaning to get us to cover for a long time. I mean, fucking whatever. I'll just fight her again with some more health. Yeah, we sold 1 million of those shirts. And they're comfortable shirts, too. Like, I stand by that 100%. I feel like the merch is high quality. It's not just an excuse for people to give us their money, because I think that's lame. I personally think that's extremely lame. Not exactly a hot take, but there you go. Finally, Jesus Christ. Alrighty. Did someone take DuckTales? Hey, Mariah's here. Oh, my God. It's a Raspberry Plays trombone stream. Woo! Mariah, I'm not sure if you met Allison. Allison, I'm not sure if you met Mariah, but you're both trombone players, and you're both fantastic. And also, Mariah, how are you doing tonight? How are you dealing with election news and just tension? Because I know there's a ton of it. Woo! Yeah, you gotta get the woo. I'm still in season 1 of the reboot. It's so good. I love the reference to Darkwing Duck as like a TV show in universe. I always thought that was really cute. Oh, it takes me back to the beginning of the world? What? That's bullshit. Alright, well, I suppose I could swing this a little more effectively. If I could get the mushroom, but I don't know where the mushroom is, so my health remains low. Hey, hello. Sweet. Putting together an all-female trombone section. Which actually would be pretty cool. Mariah, do you... not that... It doesn't really matter. We're always looking for the most qualified horn players. But I do think it'd be pretty cool to have an all-female horn section. Do you know any good sax players, tenor sax player, female tenor sax players, or trumpet players? Not the most pressing thing in the world. I just figured I'd ask. Woohoo! Darkwing is something else I want to do. Oh, yeah, that original theme song was pretty tight. Okay, but is there anything of value in here? Oh, my God. Hey, there's the mushroom. That could potentially make this whole level much easier. Once we get to incidentally, Mariah, I know I've kept teasing, like, horn rehearsals and stuff. And granted, I'm sure you're busy with marching nights and whatever. But I would like to get to it once the election is over. Trying to think of folks. I love meeting other trombonists, and I'm doing okay, thanks. Currently drowning in a mound of project assignments and election anxiety. Yeah, I feel that. I think we all do. There we go. That would be legendary. I can't think of any offhand. What I do, I can let you know. That would be groovy. I mean, not that Jeff and Austin weren't great. Like, they're great players and really nice guys. But I don't know. Maybe it's the Prince thing, where he would often have like all female bands. I just think that's cool. I don't know. I dig that. I also just even like the idea of, I mean, aside from just being a multiracial get-up, because we are playing funk, but also just, you know, multiracial makeup for the sake of a multiracial makeup. I think it'd be cool to have a multi-gender makeup in a horn section or just in our band in general, because it's fun. It's 2020 and it's representative. It'd be really fun. It'd be super fun. There we go. All right, come on. Okay, I've got my 3 hearts. If I can just make it to the end of this level, that should be enough to help me get rid of Birdo, and that'll take us to the final level, and then we'll bring it on home. Also, very much appreciating the back and forth in the chat. 2, 3. No. No, throw it at her, you bastard. You crazy crank. Come on. Finally, Jesus Christ. Took forever. We just barely made it out, but we made it out. Ba-ba-da-ba-doo. I'm gonna need those extra last level. Come on. Let's see. Peach is pretty good for this one, I think. Okay. Last level, people. Here we go. Can we do it? like one of these paths leads me where I need to go, but one of them might get me an extra health bar, which I could definitely use. We're in 6th grade. Wow. That is a long time. Come on. Whoop. Do, 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 do. There we go. Yeah, here we go. Slide down the ladders. Wee! 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 Oh, that's right, this fucking thing. Hate these little fire flowers. So annoying. Please tell me this will lead me to some health. Come on. Come on. And... Yay! Oh, it was worth all the risk. Thank God. Whew. Just wait for him to do this thing. Okay, just, you know, I can afford to lose that. Trombone is definitely forever. Trombone is forever as long as you can keep those chops up. Yeah, well, whatever. I've got my 3 health bars. Think I might be able to beat this in the next 10 minutes of the stream. But I can't make shitty mistakes like that. Come on. Come on. Okay. Make little sound effects here. Oh no, come on. Damn it. There we go. Jump over here, jump over here, over here. Huh? Just gotta keep the momentum. Okay. Ah, shit. I mean, I got rid of them, but I could use some hearts. How am I doing? Oh, you're good. I'm hanging in there, along with everybody else, I would imagine. You know, super stressed about the election. But hanging in. Because at this point, that's all you can really do. Do I have to fight her? Or is she just here to hang out and cause trouble? So I figured I'd just do a quick, stream. Goodwin's working tonight, so it's just me. But it seemed nicer than just sitting and stewing in anxiety, which, to be perfectly honest, I'll be surprised. I would be very surprised if we knew the results of the election by the end of tonight. It's probably going to shake out at the earliest tomorrow, if not next week. It's like I don't think I think North Carolina is supposed to be accepting ballots until freaking I want to say like next week. Like they have a long mail-in period. As long as it's postmarked by then or by election day, they can just accept ballots for the next week and a half or something like that. So we're not going to know North Carolina for a hot minute. Not that I don't know if it really matters at this point. At least on Escamani got it. Yeah, and actually I live in Seminole County, and we had a relatively progressive house candidate or state house candidate, a little bit older, named Joy Marcel, who won the district over last year. And the district in which I live, it's constantly, I don't think it's been consistently dominated by one party or one candidate for more than one cycle because the demographics have just constantly shifted. But this was the first time in a long time where we managed to hold the district against Bob Cortez, who I think was running for re-election to his old spot that Joy Marcel had taken 2 years ago. And she held it by a slightly bigger margin than she did last time, which is not nothing because Seminole County is typically red, but this year it went blue. That being said, I thought everyone had to have their ballot physically in by election day. It varies from state to state. Every state is different. And the states that allow for more time might surprise you. What am I supposed to do with this? This is very confusing. Yeah, so she did well. And Anna Escamani got reelected. No surprise there. She's great. People love her. It's Orange County. It's a pretty left-leaning area. That being said, man, the Florida Democratic Party chair, just from a numbers standpoint, needs to be fucking fired. Because 4 years ago, freaking Hillary Clinton lost Florida by 100,000, right? This year, Joe Biden lost it by 300,000. Now, granted, I realize Florida is typically demographically diverse in such a way that it is socially conservative but economically liberal, but that's horseshit. There's no excuse for that. And this was the year that Florida Democrats could have flipped the state house, and they didn't. And I think it's honestly because of running not even poor candidates, but just poor strategy and people not running as the thing that they are. If you want to be a progressive or something, just run as a progressive. Don't try to light step it around it, or that doesn't work. I feel like people can smell that inauthenticity, and I don't think it works for them. I think you're much more likely to win if you're a progressive, just run as a progressive, whatever. Don't be ashamed of it if you can, the voters can smell fear. But really, I feel like the whole party within the state just needs a complete fucking 180 change. It's unacceptable to lose it by 3 points in a state where we're doing arguably worse with the pandemic than most other states. We're really fucking it up down here in Florida. So you would think that would trigger a Democratic win. Not so. Or at least we wouldn't hemorrhage seats and lose our one shot in 6 years at flipping the state house so that the government of the state wouldn't be in lockstep. But here we are. So we play with the cards that were dealt. But it's pretty disappointing. Whether you vote Democrat or not, it's just from a numbers standpoint, it's pretty silly. Oh, come on. Let me just fucking hit you with an egg. Yeah. There we go. And it did absolutely nothing. It's killing me. Also reminds me of Aaron Burr, at least the Hamilton version, stand for something. Yeah, well, also, look, whether you like Trump or hate him, I personally happen to hate him. He's not authentic. He isn't. And I can say this as someone who comes from the New York metro area. We had a leg up on the rest of the country. I've known the guy was full of shit since I was about 8 years old. His real estate's always been overvalued and overpriced. And we all knew he was basically a huckster from day one. That's not anything new to anybody who grew up in the Northeast. We all know that. The rest of the country didn't. Fine. But he ran as the shiny new thing. And I think Americans, if you think back to Obama, for example, he was a senator for 4 years before he ran for president, which is not to say he was unqualified. Like, he was an incredibly intelligent man, and granted, I have some issues with some of his policy decisions, but on the whole, I wouldn't say he was unqualified to be president. But even if he was, it wouldn't have mattered, because he was the shiny new thing. He made the point, and Chris Christie had this issue when he was running for president he ran in 2016. He should have run in 2012 because he was new on the national stage. Americans just like the new thing. We like the new iPhone. We like the new freaking 5G as opposed to 4G. Whatever. I can't think of analogies right now. But there's something to being the new kid on the block. And even though Trump is completely inauthentic and arguably a sociopath, oh, that's right, he's a boss this time. The little eagle door. How very trippy. A lot of the middle of the country and a lot of the South, I mean, aside from the fact that they just didn't care because it just gave them carte blanche to say and do whatever the hell they wanted, they also didn't know that he was a huckster. They were not prepared with that knowledge like those of us from the Northeast were. So they thought he was authentic. They thought he was a genuine guy. He's just like us, except he absolutely isn't. Like, that's indisputable. He's worth millions of times the amount you are, although that's, I guess, arguable at this point. Oh, final boss time! And he wouldn't have shit to do with you, especially if you're a minority. This is well documented within, like, the New York scene. I can say that. I know that for a fact. I know people who have worked for the guy. Yeah, I'm going to start with some fresh hearts here. There we go. You'd think we would like the new shiny under 70 candidates. Yeah, that too. Florida Dems, but I didn't quite understand some really politics. Basically, the Democratic Party of Florida, I don't know that it's not necessarily that they ran poor candidates. They were afraid to go hard with the message. If you go big or go home. Like, I hate Republicans, and I think generally they're bad people. But they have balls. And it takes me back to Dick Cheney back in 2003 when, like, the Iraq War was just revving up. And he was doing an interview, I think it was with CBS or something like that. And he's on camera for this. And the reporter basically goes, well, does it, Vice President Cheney, you should know that, 2/3 of the country don't support the war in Iraq. And you know what his response was? It was, so? Which, on a political scale and on a human scale is horrifying. But at the same time, you gotta admire they're gonna sacrifice thousands of American lives, and they're gonna destroy our standing in the Middle East more than it already has been. And his response is so. He doesn't give a fuck. And, that's important. It's important to not give a fuck sometimes. Especially if you have something that can actually benefit the American people, like universal health care or the Green New Deal. Something that really could save the American public. Especially the people who are voting for the Donald. They're often voting against their best self-interests. The people in Alabama who have higher rates of diabetes and heart disease and all that, these are the people who would benefit with some universal health care. These are the people who can't afford it because their states they're not economic generators. In fact, most of those southern states are what I like to call taker states, in that they take more money from the federal government than they put in, which is funny because then they like to shit on, those liberal elites. Except the states like California, New York, New Jersey, those are the states that actually make the country run. They're the ones that give back to the state in tax. So South Carolina can afford to not tax its citizens and be lazy and take money from the federal government because it's coming from California and it's coming from New York. Sorry, I'm just spiraling off onto a weird political tangent. I don't mean to get too in the weeds with it, but this is something I am pretty passionate about, especially as someone from a blue part of the country, and it really pisses me off when people just dismiss all of us as, liberal elites. It's like, we're human beings, and we also pay our taxes and we help the country. And patriotism is not just wearing an American flag t-shirt all the time. It's doing things that are difficult because you know they're right. Like paying taxes. Nobody loves to pay taxes. I hate paying taxes. But I recognize it's for the greater good because I'm a grown-up. And to posit an idea, anything to the contrary, is preposterous and frankly un-American as far as I'm concerned. You know, you live here, you enjoy the benefits that we have, and there aren't many, but there are some. You know, you pay in to make society better. Like, you pay in so that we can have a fire department and public roads and libraries and things that really help people. And I'll just get off my soapbox here to kill this guy. No, I won't. Come on. It's gonna happen, people, I promise. 2, 3. Yeah! Killed that frog. Thank you. So right about patriotism, it's not a measuring contest. No, it's not an external thing. And this is the problem. The same people who think it's an external thing are also the people who are less emotionally intelligent. So they can't verbalize how they feel, which is fearful. So they vote for the guy who pounds his chest the most, because everybody wants someone who's certain about what they're saying, even if what they're saying is a lie, which is upsetting. How come people who criticize the country all of a sudden are American? It's very scary how blindly nationalism some are. Yeah, because they've been raised that way. Yeah. Top contributor, Princess Peach. So however the election shakes out, I mean, I hope it shakes out in favor of Biden, and we'll see at this point. You know, we got to keep fighting that good fight. Sorry, I didn't mean to get completely sidetracked from the game and from trombone talk by just getting on a political soapbox. But on the plus side, hey, I beat the game! Woo! And it was all a dream. And it dawns on me, I think it's only 10:13. That took me a little over an hour. How's that for a stream? Alrighty. Credits, yay! Neat. Da 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 da. Fun little harmonies going on there. Peach with that girl power at the end of the game. This is madness. And me and Allison with that girl power too. Hell yeah, with that trombone girl power. Sure, the game had no end. You can get there. It just, boy, it takes some doing. And it took a little bit of cheating on my part, but that's okay, because we all made the trip together. And it killed an hour. Birdo didn't. Ostro. Oh, they switched him. Birdo's supposed to be Ostro. Or Ostro's supposed to be Birdo. Fry Guy. Yeah, didn't fight any of those guys. Didn't fight Clawgrip. I think it's supposed to be Clawgrip. Triclyde. Fought them. That was, I think that was like the one boss I actually fought. Girl power has once again seen us through, as always. Board. Yeah. Woohoo! This was fun, and it was a nice distraction for an hour. Unless you'd like to watch me play something else, in which case I'll totally play another game. But if not, that's fine too. We can just leave it there. I was going to say, I do have some website editing work to do. And Mariah, I was telling Allison, I finally got the pre-orders up for the Super Sexy Calendar. So we're going to do a Black Friday sale, but just to get the word out, we are technically officially selling Super Sexy Calendars on pre-order. And to anybody that pre-orders a calendar before Black Friday or during Black Friday weekend, we'll send you a free print from the calendar, like just a bonus photo, one of the B-roll photos that we took, because we took a lot of photos for the Super Sexy Calendar this year. Not to work a sales pitch in there, but just to mention it, because I know people have been asking. Yeah. So let me know in the chat if you want to, if I'd like, hey, maybe I could try to get through Super Mario 1 or something in the next hour. And if not, we can just call it there. That's totally fine, too. I figured this would just be a short hour stream, but I am enjoying talking to you, ladies. This is quite fun. As soon as it opens up, I am for sure buying one to hang up in my house. Yeah, they're a lot of fun. Also in Raspberry Pi related news, also looking forward to rehearsal sometime soon. Yes, I am working on it. Once the election is sussed out, Mariah, we'll get together at some point. I have been meaning to do this. I've just been having a little election anxiety, and I figured your fall semester going into Thanksgiving would probably be a little strenuous, so I didn't want to bog you down. But even if you just want to get together and work out parts individually without the other horn players, I would be 100% about it, because I don't know how safe Austin is being in terms of being around COVID or not, so I don't want to risk that. I mean, even if the two of us just rehearse, I'll still probably wear a mask for most of it. Or at the very least, we'll be 6 feet apart in my house. How about Donkey Kong Country? I could play Donkey Kong Country for an hour. I've never beaten it. I don't know how far I could get, but I'll play some Donkey Kong Country. I'll play the hell out of it. Play a little bit of that, too. Because we have it. Also on the Super NES emulator, which is what I just used to beat Mario 2. You all saw it. Push start. Woohoo! I did it. Game selection. What are your rehearsals? I remember those. Back in the good old days. What are your free day? Like, what are your time frames, Mariah? Like, what days of the week work best for you? What times of day work best for you? One player, two player team, two player contest. Oh, this is Donkey Kong Country 2. I wanted 1. Whoops. Where is 1? Oh, there it is. The OG. Yeah, I'll play this for 45 minutes. I can't guarantee I'll be able to beat it. I don't think I will. Donkey Kong Country is an awful lot of game. Love to play Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze at some point on Raspberry Plays. And I'm not going to get any of, like, the Kong stuff. Maybe incidentally, but... I tend to be free before 1 p.m. on Mondays and Wednesdays, but on Tuesdays I'm free all day. Let's see. Tuesdays I tend to teach. And then Tuesday nights I've got D&D with Goodwin. But Mondays could work. I've died on level 1. I'm such a chump. Tropical Freeze is a good time. It's good. I love the Donkey Kong games because they're not... I realized this after playing Donkey Kong Country Returns, which I have for 3DS. I absolutely love that game. Played it to death. Unlike the Mario games, where it's like 2D Mario games are done on a grid, 2D Donkey Kong games are done freehand. So, like, the level designs are all completely... Well, damn it. And then Saturdays are all free unless there's a game. Saturdays could work, actually. Oh, it's a save point. Gotcha. Yeah, hit that vulture. Sailors say, Rambi, you're a fine girl. Woohoo! Woohoo! Yeah, so all the levels in Donkey Kong are free-drawn, so they're all completely unique, which is pretty rad. Ooh, more secrets. Woohoo! I don't know what that does. Solid Extreme. Yeah, it was on Game Boy Advance. I mean, they had Donkey Kong Land for Game Boy, like standard Game Boy, but they also had oh, it's nighttime now. Played this all the time at my grandma's house in Ohio. It was awful though. Where in Ohio did your grandma live? It's like the third time you mentioned Ohio during this chat. Ohio, where we were planning on going on tour this last summer, by the way. But I love that bonus music, covered it a while back. Oh yeah, you did. That's right. Woohoo! Yeah, blow them up. Oh, I probably have to come at it with some momentum. Or not? Oh, it just takes me to the treetops. Okay. Was it on Game Boy Color too? You could play. She has up around Akron. Oh, okay. That's right, the ground pound. It's funny. My mom gets her harp repaired in Akron. I mean, she only ever has to have it done like once a decade, but harps are not super high maintenance in terms of major repairs. But yeah, she'll drive out to Akron from New Jersey to get her harp fixed if it needs something done. Woohoo! Woohoo! Doonga doonga doo, doonga doonga, go doo doo doo, doo 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 doo, wow 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 wow. Wee. And Is there something with the tire? Oh, that's right. It acts like a spring. Jump. Jump. And the weather effects in this game are a lot of fun. What? There we go. That harps have pedals. Why don't people thought? Oh, yeah. Absolutely. The way you were trying to swing. Another good hospital there. Probably the same one. Yeah, what's They do have pedals. Oh yeah, big time. Yeah, my mom is actually a harpist, so grew up around my mom hauling harps around and also always having a minivan or a station wagon as her car, because every car had to function as a harpmobile. Also, my mother can parallel park better than anyone I've ever met, because not only did she have to parallel park a minivan in the city, then she had to park it in such a way that she could get a harp out of it, too, in the middle of Manhattan. My friend in college played harp. It's a hard one to play. Or it's a hard instrument to play well. My mom was also a part of this piece scored specifically for harp in like the 70s or 80s, I forget. But it was in New York, and it was done by John Cage. So she got to meet him and hang out with him for a while. So that was neat. And she actually originally came to the city to play harp in the pit for the original Broadway production of The Wiz. Yeah, that's what brought her to the city. There we go. I'll take this with me. I brought this barrel for... Oh! Secrets! Do-do-do-do-do. Bouncing on the tires. I like the... I don't know if anyone has ever seen the game theory that... John Cage, that's amazing. Did you all have to learn how to parallel park? I never did, and I wasn't on the license test. Oop. I did. The funny thing is, I didn't actually get my driver's license in the Northeast. I got it in Oklahoma, because that was where I, when you're in the Northeast, and especially if you're close to the city, a lot of the time you can just use public transportation to get around, and I wasn't really going anywhere aside from ballet class and, going home. So I could just take the buses and the subways around. So I didn't actually have to learn how to drive until I got out to Oklahoma, because I was there for a year. And I actually failed the driving test the first time that I took it. Mostly on a technicality. Like, I parallel parked, like, perfectly. It was awesome. But I made a left on a green light. It wasn't a green arrow, but it was a green light, so, you know, I could have the right of way. And there was a truck maybe 70 feet away from us. Oh, I got greedy. John Cage of 433. The very same, yeah. My mom performed in a harp ensemble for him. It was like a thing that he was doing for a hot minute. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. But I never had to drive before that, so I passed. I did this test, made this left-hand turn. Oh, it wants me to go down. For On Guard the Swordfish, yeah. Get the swordfish, there we go. And we'll just... Oh. Took the life away. Yeah, they made me take it on an actual road. Not a closed course. It's Oklahoma. They don't give a fuck. Don't go to Oklahoma. I wouldn't recommend it. Lived there for a year. It was one of the worst experiences of my life. Very important, though, because it's actually basically what solidified me as a guitar player. Like, I was very lonely in Oklahoma, so I spent a lot of time playing guitar. But more on that another time. In the meantime, friggin' made the left turn, and the truck missed us. I felt like it was off by a mile, or at least 70 feet. And the instructor, when we pulled back into the lot, said, look, I'm going to have to auto-fail you because you made this turn. It was a little too close to this truck. Just come back in 2 weeks. Do exactly what you did. Just don't make the turn that way, and you'll pass. So I was super frustrated. I came back 2 weeks later. I actually did worse than I did the first time. But I was also the last driving test of the day, and I just don't think the guy giving me the test wanted to end it on a bad note. So he just passed me, which is really cool. Almost failed my test after turning onto a road with 2 lanes but going into the further lane. Oh, dear. Yeah, no, that's... Also, they made... Oh, dang. Yeah, both tests went into real traffic. Tests even so much more stressful. I feel like in Central Florida, they hold your hand. It's so easy. Yeah, but I liked... Oh, yeah. Sorry, I can do funky flights. Whoa. At least I need a place you've already been to. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's how you get around the island. Whoa, dudes, my name's Funky Kong. Yeah, great. Can't shoot me anywhere. I haven't been anywhere yet. That's fine. Take me right here, then. Yeah, he was super cool to do that. And ever since, like, I am a very safe driver. I drive like someone's grandma. Like, you'd be embarrassed if you sat in the passenger seat of my car while I did a K-turn. I am exactly an old lady when I drive. Which is fine, because I live in Florida, so that's warranted. And also, that'll keep you from getting killed on I-4, I like to think. America's most dangerous highway, by the way. We did it, guys. And gals and non-binary pals. Okay. Just have to not get killed. There we go. Wait, where'd the barrel go? Oh. Yeah, whatever. Damn it. My grandma wrecked my car. Well, I drive like a cautious grandma. Put it that way. Cautious Grandma's going to be the name of my punk act, by the way. Woohoo! Finally get that extra life. That extra health bar. Damn it. all about momentum with the Donkey Kong games, and I've just lost mine. So you don't poke around at 45 in the left lane on a highway. I do not. I wrote a song about it. It meant enough to me. I really survived the deadliest highway. Yeah, no, it amazes me too, especially if I'm driving it at like 2 in the morning or something. I just try to remember that it is America's deadliest highway, and that. Okay, that's bullshit. I'm not taking that loss. That's bullshit. I always have to consider just how dangerous it is. So I'm always super alert when I'm on I-4. Yeah, what were we talking about? Oklahoma driving test. How do we get into driving tests? Oh yeah, so my mom like could parallel park on a dime, and then could unload her harp on half a dime. It's like that impressive. She's also been doing it for like 40 some odd years now. So there's that. Okay, here we go. Boom, give him that. And I don't really care about the letters, so it's fine. Oh man, Atlanta is the worst. The getting into and out of and around Atlanta is pretty rough. Goodwin and I were not crazy about that the couple times we drove it. 75 can be treacherous too. At least going through that sort of Atlanta metro. Even beyond that a little bit, it's not the best highway. Come on. I fucked it up! Come on. That's it. Yep. What? That's bullshit. How did you get into music? Are both your parents musicians? Yes, they are. They've been playing club dates and things like that in New York City since well before I was born. My mom since the 70s, my dad since the early 80s, I want to say. So, yeah. As to how I got into music, I'm gonna punt to Mariah on that one. You answer first, and then I'll talk. I talked about my life enough. You guys talk about your lives. I'd like to hear about you. Damn it. Cruise speed at 85. People are nuts. Oh, yeah, absolutely. What? I rolled into him. All right, come on. Come on. No, I fucked it up again. All right, I'm just going to give myself a do-over on that. Yay, we did it! And don't fuck it up at the end. Classic rock type stuff. My mom makes a really good groupie. My one true love at 12. Huh, yeah, you really did hop around instruments, Mariah. I do hope so, since I can't go back now. How about you, Mariah? How'd you decide on trombone? Older brother started trumpet in middle school, and I would always go to his concerts and stuff. He told me how much he loved band and made a lot of friends there, so I was super excited to do it. Oh, that's sweet. Let's try that one more time. Is he a 3 hits and done kind of boss? He is not. 4, 5. You have long arms and put me on the best instrument ever. That's awesome. I have tiny baby arms, so I honestly have no idea how I'm still playing. Effectively. That's how you're playing. And well. Oh, yes, this is where we start to get into the, like, crazy light effect levels. Come on. Love the sound that they make when they die. Checkpoint. Beaver. Oh, it's a barrel full of beavers. Nope. I was trying to run. F triggers really help. Oh yeah, this is something I've heard about with trombonists, like the extra trigger that gives you the extra range. Mariah was the one who first... Well, my dad was the one who first told me about it, but I asked Mariah because I had forgotten, because I have very little understanding of the trombone. I cried with joy when I got my first F attachment. Woohoo! Me being the only one with a beginner horn. Ooh, that had to be rough. Ah, the classic tradition of Donkey Kong minecart levels. Pretty engaging, though. I don't have to worry about baddies just yet. Woo! Woo! What does that do? Oh, it's a bonus level. Neat. Okay. Let me check the chat here. Oh, God, same. It was never enough to get into All-State, but All-County, I'd be the only one with a tenor. Sorry. I can tell you that practice matters more. I got second chair that year, I believe, in district. Hell yeah. Doug, story time, please. I suppose it depends on how you define getting into music. Like, there was always music in the house growing up because my parents are musicians. I remember my brother Mike and I started learning to play recorder when we were like 4 and 5. So I have very early memories of that. Learned how to play soprano recorder. And then because my dad was able to teach us because he's a woodwind player. So he can play clarinet, he can play sax, he can play flute, all that good stuff. Piccolo. Man, if I'm supposed to get in all of these, I am just fucking it up. Woohoo! Yay, extra lives. So we did that at a young age. Wait, does it just start me from the beginning of the level? All right, then. Yeah, did that. Played clarinet in the starting in the 2nd grade, I want to say. Played that for a couple of years because, again, my dad was a woodwind teacher. And then once I hit 4th grade, for whatever reason, I wanted to play violin. And I did. And I was actually pretty good at it, as I recall. My sense of pitch was pretty on. So I didn't warble too much as a player. Stuck with that for a few more years, I think, till about the end of middle school. And I did pretty well. But it just didn't interest me as much as it. What? Oh, do I have to jump back into the cart? Oh, that's how it works. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, and then at the end of middle school, the dance thing was really starting to take off. I had more training, more time allotted for that in terms of taking classes and training. So I sort of fell off of that. But I remember really wanting a guitar for like my birthday or something. And one year for Christmas, my mom and dad got me a ukulele as sort of like, well, learn to play this and maybe we'll give you a guitar. And I actually learned a few songs on it. And then from there, my 16th birthday rolled around and I got an electric guitar for my birthday, which is a Dimebag Darrell knockoff, which if you know Dimebag Darrell, he is was the lead guitar player for Pantera, I think, which I think is awesome because I'm not even close to being a shredding guitar player. So I think it's really funny that I play like a shreddy guitar. But it's fun, and it's actually not... I mean, it's a Chinese knockoff, so it's like kind of janky. I'm just going to restart every single time. I hope you both know that by now. Otherwise, it's going to be a lot of game overs in Donkey Kong Land. Or Donkey Kong Country, excuse me. There we go. Up. Yeah. Ah, shit. Ah, shit! Get back in that cart, Junior. It's the same spot as last time. Yeah, so did that, and started playing guitar at age 16, and just really loved it. And I didn't know for the first year and a half of playing guitar that in order to get your guitar to distort, if it's not, like, plugged into a tube amp, that you need, you basically need, like, a distortion box. So I was playing through an amp, but it was my mom's, like, solid state amp that she would use for keyboard gigs and stuff like that. So it wasn't like a rock amp. So like I learned on an electric guitar before I ever started playing acoustic, but at the same time I wasn't just wailing away on distortion and using that as a substitute for technique. And yeah, that's basically how I got into music, more or less. A lot of instruments that cool. Yeah, again, there was just music in the house. It was easy to want to do. And then when I moved to Tulsa, I really doubled down on the guitar thing because I was very alone. And I've told this story plenty of times, so if either of you have heard it before, just feel free to stop me. But a typical weekend for me in Tulsa. So I was in Tulsa Ballet's second company. I was 18 years old. And I would come home on a Friday night after rehearsals were done. I was miserable because I didn't like anybody there. Everyone was like a super conservative Christian, which there's nothing wrong with being religious or being a Christian or what have you, but they were judgmental and not very nice. And then all the older people in the company were, Gen Xers, so I couldn't really relate to them in that regard. So I'd come home on a Friday night, and I'd get a pizza, right? In the pizza place down the street. And I had this little thing that I would plug into my guitar where it had an aux attachment, so you could play along to your favorite records, and it had a little bit of distortion. It was like a headphone amp, basically. And I'd eat a slice of pizza, and then I'd play through one of my favorite records. At the time, it was Cream, Disraeli Gears, and Frampton Comes Alive, and stuff like that. So I play through, let's say, Wheels of Fire by Cream, which I used to know note for note. I knew every single solo chord and lick on that album, front to back. And I'd finish playing through the album. It'd be 10:30. Cool, time to have a slice of pizza, or have another slice of pizza. So I'd have 2 slices of pizza. And I would just keep doing this with different albums until one of two things happened. I would either finish the pizza, sometimes it would be a burrito, and I'd just take bites of the burrito. Either I'd finish my pizza, or the sun would be coming up. And then it was time to go to bed. And I did that pretty much every weekend without fail for almost a year. How do I get up there? It's maddening. So that was how I really locked in on the guitar playing bit. Welcome to the South. I'm sorry. It's not even the South. It's like, it's technically the West, but because it's Oklahoma and because Oral Roberts University is there, it's like the buckle of the Bible Belt. So it's this weird, I mean, yeah, it's evangelical the way that the South is, but in its own weird, corrupt way, because all these, like, hyper-Christian institutions are right there. And, like, Oral Roberts, I think, not long after I left Tulsa, was freaking indicted on all sorts of embezzlement charges, and it's just a whole trip. Oh, that's what I have to do. That's so sad, but also you got great reps though. Oh yeah, I got a ton of practice in. Like that was where I would argue I really became a guitar player. That's also where I started playing piano. Because I bought like a cheap $90 Yamaha keyboard from the local guitar center. Just like, oh, I want to learn to play the Fender Rhodes part on "Do You Feel Like We Do" by Peter Frampton. Is Frog? Oh, he just hops. That's his thing. Okay. Yeah, so I did a lot of music work that year. And then the year after, I moved to Orlando and like bought a bass and started playing bass and realized that I loved playing bass. And I had an electronic drum kit for a while. Drums are the one instrument I'd really like to get into more. But that requires just like a whole lifestyle because you have to like have your own house or practice space. There's no practical need for me to play drums. But they're easily the most fun instrument to play because I don't have to consider chord changes or anything. I can just lock into a groove and hang there forever, and it's great. So love playing drums. Yeah, there we go. That's right. Oh, the frog would probably get me up there. Well, whatever. How did you first get into dancing, though? So something good came out of it. Oh, the best part of my life came out of it. Yeah, no question. Like, boy, it sucked, but it... Oh, I remember this level. It sucked hard, but it also made me so much of the person that I am. I mean, as with any year that involves, I don't want to say hardship, like it was actually hard. Like there are kids who don't have clean drinking water in the morning, but hardship for me. Also because I was 18 and I was away from home and in the middle of nowhere, basically, with no connection to my parents. They were like a couple thousand miles away. Or my family. The rest of my family was back in New Jersey, too. Dancing. How did I get into dancing? That happened when I was 10. My brother Mike and I had just come out of doing karate. We stopped doing it after a while because, like, once you hit black belt, they sort of stop paying attention to you, which is fine. Like, I get it. But we needed a new thing to do. And my brother Mike had gone to this, we had gone to this sports arts camp at the local high school over the course of a summer. And he took this, like, theater dance class. And for whatever reason, he really liked it. It really took with him. So he decided went to my mom and went, I want to take local dance, I want to take some dance classes in the fall. My mom was all about that. And being a little brother and just not really having an activity at the time because we were done with karate and I never really cared much for team sports. I went along with him. And I remember the first year I did it, I just did jazz and tap. I did not do ballet because I didn't like the guy who was teaching it at the time. He seemed like kind of a schmendrick. Even as a kid, I sort of had that read on him. But we did that at like a little local studio. And then when I turned 12, around the time I turned 12, we went into the city and just started taking classes in the city. So we'd commute from New Jersey. We took it this place in the Upper West Side. And also I trained with this guy who used to be like a superstar with ABT, American Ballet Theater. And that was really important. I met him when I was 15, and that basically completed all the aspects of the training. So it was cool. It was a good time. How does that feel? Me with right now. Yeah, I can. Welcome to the South again. Yeah, I think it's also interesting that despite coming from a blue state, for the better part of my adult life, I have lived exclusively in red states. Which is interesting. I feel like it gives me a different political take than the rest of my family because they all mostly live in blue areas, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But oh god, oh, it's not even letting them stop for that long. It's not even stopping them that long. Oh, I made it. Tap dancing slaps. Hey, I see what you did there. Yeah, funny enough, the first year I did dance, I explicitly told my mom, I was like, don't make me perform at the end of the year. I don't want to do the recital. So, of course, I wound up having to do the recital. Which worked out in the end because, I came to love performing on stage and dancing on stage. But I thought it was funny that was my first reaction. Dancing was my thing before band, and I was okay enough to get on the junior team and went to one competition. My mom never let me go again. The competition scene is weird. Like I was lucky because that's more of a thing in the South. When you're up north, the competition circuit with dance is not really a thing, which I feel like, at least if you're going in for classical ballet, really helps because it is more legit. Although I've seen great kids come out of competition schools. I've taught at competition schools in my day, so it's not to completely dump on them. And I did do some ballet competitions back in the day, and that's actually, fun story, the first time I ever came down to Orlando, I was 17, and I came down for a ballet competition, which still runs to this day. I mean, I don't know if it's going to happen this year because of COVID, but it's called the World Ballet Competition. It takes place in Orlando every year, and if you win, you actually get prize money. So I came in third place, and won $1,000, and I used those $1,000 to buy my Fender Stratocaster. Yeah, the guitar that I currently have and play on stage every time we play with Raspberry Pi. So I was, even back in those days, I was looking to monetize ballet for the sake of making music. It was, on some level, it was always a little more important to me. Why didn't she let you go anymore? She didn't like the culture and thought we were wearing too much makeup, lol. Have you ever seen Dance Mom? She saw that and liked it. Yeah, I can sort of see where your mom was coming from. It's a scene, and it's not a healthy scene, necessarily. I don't love it. It's also just this weird, mob mentality. The history in that guitar. I love that thing, and I actually bought it at Manny's Music in Manhattan, which is no longer there. It doesn't exist anymore. But it was the place where, in the 60s and 70s, if you were going to buy a guitar, you'd buy a guitar at Manny's. I think Jimi Hendrix bought guitars there, and so did Eddie Van Halen, and, but you could just be an average Joe and buy a guitar there, too. The staff were super knowledgeable. It was a New York City music institution, and my dad was the one who told me about it. He's like, oh, if you're going to get a guitar, go to Manny's. Because, he had been around that part of the music scene. My mom, too. It's like, oh, yeah, if you're going to go get a guitar, go to Manny's. Don't go to Guitar Center. And I just went around the showroom and played guitars until I found one that I really liked, and it was that red Sunburst Stratocaster, which actually has a chip on it because it was a floor model. But I didn't care. I don't know. For whatever reason, it felt the best in my hands, and it sounded right, and I just really enjoyed it from the second I picked it up. And I like that Stratocaster sound. It's where the funk is. So yeah, that was how I got that guitar. And for the better part of a year, it basically never left my hand or hands. That year being that year in Tulsa, I played that thing constantly. Kind of understandable, I guess. Band was certainly not like that. Yeah, band is a lot less toxic than the dance scene. Oh, Cranky. You're such a jerk. Oh, it's a boss fight. And I have already lost. Sounds like your parents have a lot of music scene knowledge. Oh, a ton. Yeah, if you hang around New York as long as they have, you know everybody. You know all the standards. You know what to call on a gig. Yeah. They've been doing it since time immemorial. which is to say, like the late 70s, early 80s, both separately and then together. Like, they know where to get the best sheet music, back when that was really a concern, like before the internet. My mom knew where to get the best, like, sewing supplies, which is why I have such funky pants. So if you were, like, trying to come up with a gown for a gig or something, she knew where to go. If you were trying to buy an instrument or you needed a player for a gig, they knew who to contact or where to go. All sorts of good stuff. How do I avoid those nuts? It's a question I ask myself of real life, too. How do I avoid the nuts? Sorry, I didn't mean to completely bogart the conversation there. There's a lot of history behind questions like getting into music and my first guitar and all that. Did she make your pants? Yes, she did. She made our brand new power suits, the ones that we Mariah, if you remember the ones that we wore to that house show at Jen and Maddie's, those are made by my mom. Goodwin's whole outfit, save for like his shirt, was made by my mom. Like, she made him those fun sort of plaid pattern pants. God, I suck at this. Secret of the pants revealed. I've mentioned that before. I have to have mentioned that on a stream at some point. I feel like I constantly tell people that my mom made my pants. She also made all of my tights, too. So, like, I wear a lot of funky tights for ballet class and rehearsals and stuff. She made all those, too. My mom's a real stand-up babe. She's an ass kicker through and through. Like, I can definitively say that. It's like, if you wanted someone to spearhead a prison break, it would be my mom, because you'd get out alive. And with extra pudding. Somehow. Those outfits, iconic. Just wait until you see them on the calendar. Wait until you see them on the freaking album cover. They look so good. And we have alternate ones, too, that my mom just sent. So, like, Goodwin has an alternate pair of pants and an alternate shirt. I have an alternate pair of pants and an alternate shirt with a vest that looks extremely 70s. But still kind of grown up and neat, which was something that really got to me when we played that house show. I remember Maddie and Jen both coming up to us separately and going, "You guys look good. You look like more grown up," which I thought was fascinating and kind of cool. Was not expecting that, but I kind of like that comment. And I like the idea that we're going in that direction with it. Yeah, killed him, birds. Woohoo! Oh, it's moving, that's why. Whee! Your mom is iconic. She is. You know what? I'm not the kind of person to use the word iconic. But yeah, my mom's a killer. She's great. And she's a snappy dresser. It didn't dawn on me until a couple years ago that, like, my fashion sense absolutely comes from my mother. Who is the only woman I know who can unironically rock like a leopard print purse and make it hip. Like, it's not corny when she does it. It's because she's got such confidence about it, and it's so cool. And she was her own woman at a time when that was less of a thing, and in a completely foreign city with no one familiar around her. So, like, as with all parents, like, you have your differences with your parents, but, like, at the end of the day, I cannot deny that my mom is a certified badass. She's great. Which is not to downplay my dad. My dad is awesome, too, and a very steady hand, which is just as important as being a badass, which can often be overlooked, but... There we go. I can see what they mean by that. Holy shit, it's like 11 o'clock. I don't think I can make it to the end of this game by the end of the night. Although it sure is fun trying. I think I'm going to call it once I lose. I think I have like 1 or 2 lives left. So once those go, I'll probably call it. Hee. Also getting kind of hungry. There we go. KO. Means we're like halfway there. Yep. No, I should have waited. Oh man, she sounds great. My mom has a really sharp wit. I told her to make herself into a pretzel, and she stood straight up and said she was a pretzel rat. That's awesome. What do your parents do, ladies, if I may ask? And is your mother still in is your mother in Ohio, or is she in Tennessee? Where is your mother, Allison? Okay, come on. Here we go. Yeah, there we go. I don't know who's boss. Whew. Death-defying. All right, here we go. Oh. Oh, yeah, there we go. Thank you for suggesting DKC. This whole time has been me having a nostalgia and flashbacks for a game I forgot I even had. Used to sell motorcycle parts. Now they're basically retired. My mom's here with me in Georgia, but the family is all up in Ohio. That's right. You're in, like, Georgia. You saw us in Tennessee. Have you ever been to Columbus, Ohio? Do you have any thoughts on it, Allison? We were planning on going there on tour. We have like a couple real diehard funky friends who live out there, but I've never been, so I just wanted to ask. Oh, and you're gonna have to tell me quickly because I might lose that last life. That might be the end of this run. Okay, well, we'll do that one more time because that was horseshit. Yeah, kill that guy. I haven't actually. I have a cousin who lives there. I can ask him. Yeah, let me know. Because I think it's like the most... the other reason we were going to go was because it's like the most centrally located city in Ohio. It seemed to make sense from that standpoint because we didn't know if we could justify being in Ohio for 2 days. Just because more time on the road means more potential financial loss, especially if you're hitting the territory for the first time. But we definitely wanted to get out there because we have some funky friends in Ohio that really wanted to see us. Along with really wanting to go back to Chattanooga. We were also going to hit up Savannah. But that did not happen either. Woo! We'll kill that guy. We'll go this way. It's like an auto-scroller. Oh. Yeah. And means we're close. We just gotta get to the G. Oh, come on. Chattanooga was fun, I won't lie. That area was darker than expected. I wish I did. I haven't been up there since I was a baby. Parents are from Dayton and Cleveland. Oh, that's awesome. Never been to a kind of residential part before. So are they still up in Dayton Cleveland, or like, are they moved down to Florida and then you went to UCF? If that's not too personal to ask. Whatever, it was worth it. Extra life. Oh, God. These vultures are very fast. Diddy's dying noise is so cute. One day, Mariah, one day, Diddy's dying. Woohoo! I am having a lot of fun playing this game. Naturally. Just, temple level. No, they grew up there but moved down here in the late 90s when they had my brother. Okay, interesting. Oh, he's just gonna come after me. Okay. Yay, extra life. Whoa. Whoa. Okay. Oh, we're halfway there. Hey, bonus stage. The power of DK, let it flow through you. Wait. I didn't mean to do that. Jump on the claptrap. For some nanners. Yeah, give me them nanners. Y'all played Cuphead yet? No, we haven't actually. I think they reused Diddy's dying noise on those gopher things. Yeah, they did the beavers, yeah. Cuphead be a lot of fun. And I've heard it's actually surprisingly hard. But it is a 2-player game, so we could play it. I'm always just hard-pressed to buy games because I'm cheap and times are hard. Like, if we got to a certain number of patrons per month or something, I think we honestly might spend a little bit of the money on games for Let's Plays or something. I mean, that would probably be way off in the future. But I think it'd be fun. I'm down a Kong. But it doesn't matter, because we made it anyway. Hell yeah. Prepare to die a lot. Yeah, that's what I've heard. Candy's save point. Hell yeah. Woohoo! Orang-Utan gang. GoFundMe and have Ryan and Doug play Cuphead. Oh, come on. How much game is left, Allison? Do you know? Now, when you say start a GoFundMe, would that raise funds to purchase us a copy of Cup? I mean, we shouldn't be cheap. We should just get it and play it. I also just find I'm not super into video games a lot of the time. Or not enough that, like, unless I'm really enthusiastic about a game, I'm probably not going to spend money on it. So I'm more of a casual gamer in that sense. Like, I don't allot $60 a month for a new video game. I just don't, you know. We're a band first and foremost, so it's mostly allotted for music stuff if it's necessary. Woohoo! Oh, I killed the ostrich. Oh, he runs over them. That's handy. Or maybe he doesn't. Can I barrel through those? I cannot. I'm also terrible at that game. Haha. It's just $20. Oh, you're a band. Shut up, Mariah. That's funny. Yeah, we are still a band, can confirm. Although, boy, it's hard to remember sometimes, considering the last time we were in front of a live audience was like January. It's been a minute. It's been a hot minute. I'm just gonna jump this time. He's like chucking him super fast. I'm going to make that joke every time. Reunion concert when? We'll get the band back together. I mean, technically tomorrow night, because we'll probably just stream tomorrow night, play some music. But that's not in person. That's not the same. Cranky's Cabin. Clam City. Sounds dirty. It's not worth the 5 bananas. Them 5 nanners. Go. I think I'm going to get through one more boss fight, and then we'll probably call it. No. We'll hit the checkpoint. Here I don't have to dance or sit awkwardly in the back. Man, most people were sitting awkwardly in the back at that freaking Chattanooga show. And it wasn't until we started playing Love Seat at the end that people really got up and got crazy. I think because they knew they were like, I mean, you don't have to dance at a Raspberry Pi show, but like if you're gonna, I think the people with the context for why we were there knew that Love Seat was sort of the like key to the cue to get up and dance. And after that, everything was awesome. Because I think we closed with Jim's song that night. We did like the full body workout with everybody. But that was a great show. Nevertheless, that show turned out really well. And that night in Chattanooga was beautiful. And that was like the most sleep I got on that tour. We arrived for literally 2 songs. I was so sad. Oh, it's okay. There will be other shows. So help me God, as long as COVID doesn't just shut everything down forever. We'll play more shows, and we will definitely come back to Chattanooga. Or maybe more North Georgia. Although Chattanooga is probably more likely. I don't know that there are any major venues that we could hit in North Georgia. Or rather, I don't know that we have a ton of funky friends in the area. Thought it was starting later. Glad Chattanooga treated me. Hey, it treated us very well. Because you were there, and because so many of our funky friends were there. Okay, so the barrel stops the other barrel. Learning something about the physics of this game. Pesky COVID. Hey now. Is it B? Come on, you son of a bitch. Yeah. Oh, you can hit him when he's red? Would have been doing that ages ago. Oh, that's not doing any damage, I guess. Yay. Oh! We have a lot of great places. Do you? I mean, let me know. What? How did that not kill him? Yay! Dead bee. Down yonder on the Chattahoochee. Gorilla Glacier. How many worlds are there in this game? I'm just going to create a restore point here. Cool. It is now like 11 something. So I'm going to call it for tonight. Not that I have not... I don't know, unless you guys really want to see me make it to the end of this game, which I could try to do. Mariah just beat his ass. You know it. I don't know. Allison, you seem to be the expert on this game. How many more worlds are there? Is it feasible for me to beat this before the end in the next, like, 20 minutes? Probably not. Oh, wait. Nah. Yeah, it's probably going to take too long to beat this. Maybe for the next stream I'll beat it, though. I'll finish it up. Because this was fun. But I will only finish it up if you ladies show up again. Because it was especially fun talking to the two of you. It's always hard doing streams as just one person. So just having people to talk to and people who will make conversation and ask questions and are just good people makes it a whole lot easier. So, thanks for hanging out. We can resume next week. It was so fun chilling with you. It was super fun chilling with you too, Mariah. I will keep you in mind for Saturday rehearsals. We could maybe even start as early as this Saturday. And yeah, that's until then, you know where to find us, people. Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, Patreon, all that good stuff. Stay groovy, take care of yourselves. Try not to stress too much. I know we're all feeling the stress right now. Don't forget to breathe. Say this to you, even though I want to see the thrilling conclusion. Don't forget to breathe. I say that to you as often as in the same way that I say it to myself. And regardless of what happens, we are here for you. We super appreciate you. Yeah. And if you want to come hang out and listen to music tomorrow night, we'll be live streaming on Facebook around probably 8 or something. And if not, that's fine too. I actually would seriously love to beat Donkey Kong next week. So if you want to come back just for that, that's fine too. But stay groovy and have a good night, everybody. Bye!